has been a little troublesome with the starting lately, but there we go. Okay, so YouTube is working, Twitch is working, OBS is working, and we are ready. Let me make sure that I send the proper notification to my community. And there it is. Okay. Okay, perfect. Okay, let's continue our adventures in Miles Edgeworth Investigations. Here we go. Oh, wait. Duh, I don't play with the controller on this. Okay, perfect. So, let's see. All my tabs are mixed up. Okay, good. Continue. So, we are playing through Turnabout Ablaze. We have found a lot of stuff. So let's look at the evidence. So we found the dead body, we found the Yatagarasu key, we found the knife, we realized that the knife had the handle switch. The knife that had originally this handle was actually a knife from Alebastia. And they changed the handle to create confusion, I guess. And the Primidux statue that was in Alebast was the original one, but it was switched for the fake one that was originally in the other one that has a name that sounds like Bavaria. I don't remember the name. Wait, Babal. There we go, Babal. This guy gives me very fishy feelings. I don't trust him, but we have to trust him for now. This guy is the victim. She's the fake Yatagarasu. And yeah, let's continue investigating. Let's see. Where is YouTube chat? There we go. So, we also investigated the garden. We found the source of the Yatagarasu shadow, which was quite an interesting, how you say it, turn of events, that it was fabricated. And especially the way in which it was fabricated was pretty ingenious, I have to say. But we cannot be praising the criminal, we need to find the criminal. So, the other thing that we need to do now is... Oh, we talked to Palaeno, he told us about the two fires. Is there anything else that he has to tell us? Oh, job for the mask too, there we go. I believe that you said you may have an idea as to why Mr. Cohen hired Mask 2. Actually, I fear it may be my fault. Oh! As I was telling you earlier, we were to determine which statue was the real one as part of today's events. But because of the Yatagarasu and the fire here, that got cancelled, didn't it? Actually, I'm actually relieved that the rest of the event has been cancelled. For, you see, Babal's statue, well, it's just a replica. And did Mr. Cohen know that about Babal's Primidog statue? Of course he knew, that's why he was The only person I could consult with. We'd have to do something once our statue was revealed as a replica. As to be expected, I was very nervous today, as this would impact our country's authority. Yes, I understand. Well, I told Manny many concerns. I told Manny my concerns. He said, let me handle it, it will be right. I'll find a way to make sure you're the ambassador of the reunited Cadopia. At the time I thought he was just trying to cheer me up. But when I saw that note, I realized he was serious.
Hold it!
Mr. Cohen conducted a lot of business behind your back. I assume he did all that to ensure that you are the next Cadopian ambassador. But why he was trying so hard, I wonder. He was so much better at getting things done than I ever was, or will be. I don't have an answer yet as to why he was trying so hard. But I suspect he had an ulterior motive in mind, beyond simple kindness. Oh, interesting. Oh, here you are, Mr. Edgeworth. Detective Gumshoe, have you collected the information I requested? Yup. I've got it all right here, sir. Here you go, Kai. Feel free to take a look. It's for you after all. Oh. What is it all about? What is this about, Gami? All the information on this room that I got from the embassy and Interpol people. Now we know exactly how this room was before and after the fire. Oh. Good work, detective. It was nothing, sir. I'm an expert at getting people to talk. Huh? What are you implying there? Whoa, you two remind me so much of my father and Uncle Bud. What do you mean? As a prosecutor and a detective, your dynamic is just like theirs back in the day. Aww. Man. Well, don't worry. I'm going to find my own wonderful partner someday. Ooh. What kind of partner? And when I do, I'm going to become a good Yatagarase, just like my father, right? This girl.
Hold it!
Please do not ask me questions to which I have no answer to, Kai. However, I can say that it is truly a wonderful thing to find a partner you can trust. You bet! So what now, Mr. Edgeworth? Well, I'd like to ask you for a favor. Yeah? That gadget, Mr. Thief, is it? That thing you call your secret weapon. Oh, you mean Little Thief? You're coming to rely on it, aren't you?
Hold it!
I don't need a crutch like that. I'm only asking because I need it for the investigation. From the information Detective Gumshoe gathered and Ambassador testimony, I'd like you to please recreate this room as it was during the third floor fire. Oh, interesting. You got it. Alright, here we go. Dark skies of evening, when no other bird dares to take wing. One alone remains, all seen. Now witness the true power of a real modern-day Robin Hood. She's kind of a tuny, huh? It seems there are other things besides what the ambassador mentioned that have changed. It is possible that we might find the escape route the person Kai saw use as well. Oh, what is this? Is some sort of light show? I was not told about it. This is the power of a true vigilante. It's recreating the room with the room with the info inputted. Oh. We saw this trick on the what's the name? Amusement park case. this is the second time we come around to use this mechanic. It was very interesting back then, and it's very interesting now. Really? That is certainly one interesting device you have there, Miss Faraday.
I believe it's about time we return to our investigation.
Okay, so the things that have changed are highlighted. Okay, so let's see. Let's start with the knife, I guess. That is one important thing that I want to check on. It looks like one of the Babalis knives was already missing before the fire began. Oh.
It would seem, especially since the other two knife handles were burned away.
The remaining handle was swapped out with the handle from the real murder weapon.
And Babal's national treasure was stolen.
Poor Baval. And Babal's national treasure was stolen. Poor Baval, don't you think?
I'm not sure if I would lump the replica statue in with the rest of the Babal's goose.
Woes. Oh.
This grandfather clock. It was apparently in a different position before the fire.
Oh. According to the staff members, the clock was flush against the wall before the fire, sir.
Which means that most likely it was moved by someone during the fire.
Speaking of which, it's totally 11 o'clock now, but I don't hear any chiming. That's odd. It was still chiming right on the dot every hour this morning. Oh, maybe the fire damages internal mechanisms or something.
Ambassador Palaino, may we take a look inside the clock?
Sure, go right on ahead.
Detective Gamshu, if you could please inspect the insides of the clock.
Yes, sir, I'm on it. Mr. Edgeworth, I found this inside, sir.
It looks like a length of wire. So this is what caused the clock to stop chiming.
So sabotage. Interesting.
But what was a long length of wire doing inside this clock in the first place?
Wire, a good length of wire that was found wound up inside Babal's grandfather clock. Oh.
Why
would someone do this to such a valuable clock? It sounds like it wasn't Mr. Palaino that put the wire in there.
Then perhaps it was Mr. Cohen's killer who did.
I don't know about that one, Chief. I really don't know about that one, Chief. Huh. Well, let's check this.
It's the charred remains of a fallen ceiling fan.
Oh, I've seen a few of these before. They spin around and play music. What? Is there really ceiling fans that play music? I declare myself ignorant. I have never seen one that plays music.
I believe you're thinking of a musical mobile for babies.
Oh, okay. Yes, that's it.
But they are nothing alike.
They are totally alike. They spin those babies right round like a record.
I see. I guess I can see how you might think that.
Okay, so there are no fans that play music. So Bavals is really into pushing their tourism industry, huh?
Yeah, it would appear that way. You know, I really love to take a trip. Hey, why don't we take one after this case?
Look, you're 16. You're not going on vacation with a 29-year-old man.
Do you already have a destination in mind? Well, ideally, I'd like to go someplace where I can continue my thief training.
Telling that to prosecutor is not a great idea, girl.
Well, if you want to learn the fine art of stealth, perhaps you should visit the studio where they make the Jamming Ninja TV show. Hey, that's actually a really great idea, Mr. Edgeworth. I can't believe she took me seriously.
Huh. Kai's a little bit of a dummy, huh?
A fireplace, huh? So Baban officers have them too. Two? There is a fireplace in relatively the same location in the Lebastian office.
Wanna bet they are connected?
However, we found something in there that I'd rather not recall ever again. I still can't believe that we found that underchart in the fireplace. If it was that traumatizing, why don't you try creating new memories with this fireplace? You could climb inside and we can play hide and seek.
Okay, so we read that last week.
And come out covered in soot? I think not.
Ah, you really have no sense of fun, Mr. Edgeworth. Okay, but I wanna check the thing above the fireplace. Hey Sherlock, hope you enjoyed the case. Yay! I think it's a very interesting case. It has a lot of moving parts compared to other cases, so yeah, I'm enjoying it thoroughly. Oops, there we go.
This safe wasn't open at the time of the fire.
Interesting. This case is a bit of a doozy. Yeah, it's very convoluted. Like at the beginning, everything seemed to be pointing to CCU be the killer of Manny Cohen, and I'm still leaning towards that because when we were doing the flashback case where not CC, well, the girl, what's her name? Cici is the sister of her, Callisto. So everything was pointing to Callisto you being Manny Cohen's killer because when we were doing the flashback case, these two had a weird interaction in a corridor, and they moved to a place to talk alone. So that was a little bit weird. And since she killed Faraday and the other dude cold-blooded, it was like, okay, this case is bringing her back into the picture. I gotta eat breakfast, I'll be back. Enjoy your breakfast, Cyan. We will be here for an hour and 50 minutes.
You could tell because the inside wasn't burned, right? Yes, and thanks to this save, fire resistance, the smuggling evidence was preserved.
Yeah. By the way, what are your thoughts on Kai Faraday? She's... As a sidekick, I think she's fine. I liked Maya a lot more. Maya was funnier than Kai. Kai is a little too repetitive with the Yatagarasu stuff. The other one that was a good sidekick was... what was her name? The little sister of Lana. I forgot her name. Or was it Lana? No, Lana was the police woman. Emma. Emma was also a better sidekick than Kai. I'm terrible with names, yeah. But Emma was a better sidekick than Kai. I think she's the weakest sidekick we have had so far. She's not a bad character, she's just fine. I think that Maya was just such a good sidekick to have. And Emma had a very contained role and added a little bit of forensic science to the thing, but I feel like Kai is just your happy-go-lucky sidekick that talks a lot about the same thing, and that can get a little repetitive. Aren't safes great? They always hold the wonderful promise of treasure within.
Well, this one certainly did have a few inside.
Okay, the curtain.
You can see the Alvastian embassy through this window.
So where were you when the investigation? Where were you when you were investigating over there, Mr. Edgeworth? Yeah, Kai doesn't really have to have much of a focus as of right now. The thing with Kai is that I feel like she's very stuck on this I'm the Yatagarasu and I'm the thief stuff, and a lot of her dialogue circles back to that, and I wish she would be more like Maya. The thing that Maya had is that she would comment on the stuff that's happening. Sometimes she would say something smart, sometimes she would say something very naive, but very rarely her conversations ended with "I'm a spirit medium." That would only come up when it was necessary. I feel like Kai brings that she's a thief. She brings it up too much. And so many of her dialogue boxes end with it or have it in the middle. And that can be a little bit of... it feels a little redundant for her character. Like, she's not even offering like expert insight on the art of thievery. Like, it's... I don't know. I wish she could put that character more into a insightful way, but yeah. It's a big week right now. Maybe it gets better in future games. We have the whole trilogy to play through, so maybe she gets more fleshed out in the future.
You can see it from here. I was there on the 5th floor. That's where Mas the Mask 2 was killed.
What? You don't mean Mas the Mask 2? Aw, poor guy. As a fellow second-generation thief, I can't just turn a blind eye to this.
Even though Mas the Mask 2 was merely an impostor of the original.
Which, by the way, the Look at Me case was pretty freaking interesting. I didn't like Ron. Ron was very annoying, but the case itself was very freaking interesting.
That looks like a very comfortable chair.
Well, it doesn't look all that broken, so why don't you try sitting in it?
No, I'd rather not. It is very important that we preserve the crime scene at all times.
Wait, but you always touching all sorts of things at the crime scenes.
That's because I'm a prosecutor, and it's part of my job to examine things.
And my job is to be a great thief, you see? Like, she's in theory being our assistant. I will say without spoiling anything, this case really loved its twist. Yeah, the few twists we have had have been pretty interesting. No. So, but instead of saying, oh, my job is to be a thief, she's playing to be our assistant, and my job is to be your assistant. That would have been better, but she keeps coming to the thief thing. That's what I mean.
Which is exactly why you're not allowed to touch anything.
Now, I want to check that thing up there, but it doesn't let me. Huh. So, by this time, the primitive statue had already been swapped, right?
They must have been, as this one is covered in soot.
What a lousy timing! And just as the two countries were about to become friends again, too! It would have been better if I had stolen it than for it to get caught up in that fire.
Kai, I think I understand your sentiment.
However, if you were to engage in theft, I can look the other way, right?
If you could please stop stealing my lines.
I feel like I have still stuff to check here, but... How can I check the stuff at top of things? Okay, this is all stuff we have seen already. Let's see, maybe I have to do some logic in here. I mean, what about the flames? Have I no, I have not examined the flames.
This must have been a large... This must have been the large green flames Ambassador Palainos saw.
With flames like this, it's no wonder he couldn't get in.
Kai, by the time you came into this room, the fire already had been put out.
Yeah, the fire had died out or something by that time.
Then this is the fire. Then this fire in here only burned from the time the fire started on the third floor. Until the Yatagaras appeared and caused a stir in Baval, I suppose.
I guess Mr. Palaino was lucky enough to run into this fire as it was burning, huh?
Yes, you could put it that way. And since you were the first one to discover the body, we can assume that no one else entered the room until that time. No one other than the person you were chasing, of course.
I knew it, that person I saw was definitely up to no good. I mean, that person could even be Mr. Cohen's killer. Huh.
That is very likely to be the case. After all, that person came into this room before you, and must have chosen this room precisely because they knew no one would be in here.
Okay then, maybe the green fire was where it was to prevent anyone from coming in. But then, what did the person set on fire to make the green flames?
Well, whatever it is that person burned, it made a rather sizable fire.
It was the special oil. We know the special oil. What is it? Burns green. You see, runs with crystal oil, which burns green. So that is what it was used to make the fire.
And since the fire's green, well, we've seen something that burns green, right? It's a bit tinier than these flames, but you get what I mean.
Yeah, and I do believe that what you're thinking is exactly why these flames are green.
Okay, it's gonna prompt me to do that. Here.
Take that!
Hey Sherlock, I'm going to do errands now. Have a good stream. Thank you, Lux. Have good luck with your errands. And see you around.
The silhouette lantern. Its green flames come from the wet crystal oil. It's burning.
Yeah, that's the fire I was thinking of too. I love the green... I love the green it gives off.
I think we've now established that the green flames were caused by with crystal oil. Furthermore, we know that there is only one other thing made of with crystal oil.
The ink! Oh, you mean that thing that Mr. Paleno was mistaken about, right?
Yeah, precisely, as we found out earlier in our investigation.
What? I don't get it. Can you fill me in, sir?
Fine, I suppose. I'll explain it in a way that even you can understand. This is the thing made from wheat crystal oil that Ambassador Paleno was mistaken about.
It has to be the Bavalis ink.
Take that!
Bavalis ink is made from wheat crystal oil.
Oh, so it should burn the same color as the flames in the lantern, right?
Yeah, precisely. However, the green flames in this room were not from a bottle of Bavalis ink.
Because we found the ink Mr. Cohen's used on his desk, right?
Oh, it's the counterfeit bills. Because they said that there was people making counterfeit bills with Bavalis ink, so it was almost impossible to detect them. So that's the pile of bills that was close to the safe.
Yeah, however, we know that Mr. Cohen was smuggling the ink in massive quantities. Now, what do you suppose he made using all that ink? I believe what he made with that ink is the answer to what gave birth to the green flames.
Oh yeah, I'm beginning to really feel the energy coming from you, Mr. Edgeworth.
It would appear that I finally found it. The smuggling ring, real gold.
Oh.
Made of Bavalis ink, this is the source of the green flames.
Where are they? There we go.
Take that!
What would consume that great volume of ink to make? That would be the counterfeit bills that the smuggling ring made and are circulating in Zhengfa.
You're kidding! You're saying that it was Mr. Cohen who made the counterfeit bills?
Yeah. I am, and I believe you could even go as far as to say that he stole Babal's printing press.
Oh.
Ambassador, Mr. Cohen had permission to freely use the printing press, correct?
Why, yes, and I do remember seeing him use it in the middle of the night. But I never did think he was using it for such a foul deed.
Ambassador, because of your secretary's crime, you will need to be investigated as well.
Ah, yes, I suppose so. We've caused a bit of trouble for a few countries, haven't we?
It is my duty to search out all who shielded Mr. Cohen and concealed his crime. For they are the ones who started the fire in order to destroy the evidence.
Oh. Interesting. So... Sorry, that was my bottle of water. So... I'm guessing that... I mean...
Detective, you took part in the initial Baval investigation, correct?
Yup, I sure did. I also helped. Sorry. I also helped put out both fires, sir. But that first fire took me by surprise. I had thought time escaping. I have thought time escaping the 5th floor. What? That's a weird phrase. I had a thought. Oh. I had a thought time escaping the 5th floor. Okay. A tough time. Oh. I had a tough time escaping the 5th floor. First I tried the elevator, but I guess someone else had the same idea, cause it was in use. If I hadn't remembered to use the stairs at that point, I'd have been burned to crisp. Wait, that's odd. We've always warned our staff that in case of a fire, it's dangerous to use the elevator.
Oh?
Maybe someone rode it in a fit of panic.
Detective, did you see the Yatagarasu that came into the Bavali's embassy at all?
I didn't personally. And the other staff members told me they never got a good look at the person either, sir. And I'm back. Hello, welcome back, Josh.
Huh. I wonder if you could tell me a bit more about what you discovered, Detective.
During the fire. The second fire broke at around the time the Yatagarasu was spotted in Alevast. That's also when a suspicious person was spotted in Baval, which caused some panic.
So no one was able to get a good look at this Yatagarasu that entered Baval.
Yeah. All they saw was a mysterious person wearing a long coat. But that's not enough to make a positive ID.
Positive ID on enemy tango.
Like in Call of Duty. That is not enough to make a positive ID, you know?
Still, it was enough to make the people who received the calling card panic even more.
A person in a long coat.
Back from breakfast? Welcome back.
A person in a long coat sounds like the exact same person I saw.
What did you have for breakfast?
The Yatagarasu that appeared in Alebas was proven to be just a fabrication, a shadow. In light of that fact, the Yatagarasu that appeared in Baval is also suspect.
Waffles and scrapple. What is a scrapple? Waffles are delicious. I haven't eaten waffles in such a long time. I remember when I used to live in America, man, waffles were addictive. Scrapple is like... ooh.
You can't be serious. Not when we were this close to capturing the fake. I mean, Callisto, you.
So the Yatagarasu appeared, caused mass confusion, killed Gohan, then disappeared.
What you saw?
By the way, Detective, why did you not chase after the Yatagarasu?
I did, but well, this embassy is huge, sir. Smushy meat? Have you heard of haggis? Yeah? The Scottish thingy? Yeah? Similar to that. Okay. That sounds interesting. I got separated from the other staff members I was with, and I was lost for a while there.
You didn't even memorize the layout of the building you were to guard, Detective.
It's a traditional breakfast food made from leftover pork scraps, cornmeal, buckwheat flour, and spices formed into loaf, sliced, and pan-fried until crisp. Oh, that sounds pretty good. It's yummy? I bet. It sounds yummy. I'll be sure to do that from now on, sir. But you know, it was thanks to me being lost that I was able to come to Kai's rescue.
Oh, is that a fact?
Yep. It was when I was lost and wandering around in the third floor hallway, sir. When I heard a scream, I headed towards it right away.
Oh, that's probably from when I found Mr. Cohen's body.
Yeah, I thought it sounded like her, so I got real worried and ran as fast as I could. Yeah, Detective Gumshoe is like a father to Kai. Or rather, Kai is like a daughter to him.
And it was thanks to Gami that Miss Sheena wasn't able to take me away. He covered for me until you got here, Mr. Edgeworth.
Oh, I see, so he can be useful once in a blue moon.
That's so mean. I feel like Edgeworth forgets that Gumshoe actually saved our asses in the Shelly the Killer case. If it wasn't for Gumshoe, we would have not come out on top of that case. It is still too bad that Agent Sheena got here before I did.
I wonder, where's Agent Sheena? I wonder where Agent Sheena was before you found her here.
Well, just before I got to this room, I saw her coming out of the room next door. She was in the room next to Mr. Cohen's office up until she tried to arrest Kai. Ha!
Agent Sheena mentioned something about chasing the Yatagarasu herself earlier.
Well, she apparently helped in putting out the fire. Then, during the second fire, I heard she was busy chasing the Yatagarasu.
She seemed to be a very dedicated agent. You would do well to learn from her.
I mean, Chin is not only dedicated, she's pretty good looking. Why are you pointing at me when you said that, sir?
We've examined everything in this office, but there is one thing that bothers me. Perhaps I should ask Ambassador Palaeno about it.
Huh.
Ambassador Palaeno, there is something I'd like to ask you about.
Yes?
About this office, it appears to me to be very similar to Ambassador Alba's office.
Here now. Hello, Budoka. Welcome. I'm not gonna ask you how you're doing because I know you're not gonna answer, but welcome.
For example, the location of the fireplace and the position of the grandfather clock.
Ah, that's right. You've also paid a visit to the Alevastian side of the embassy. Our two embassies actually used to be one.
Yes, I know, even the pamphlet mentioned that.
Which is why the building is bilaterally symmetrical.
Huh.
So no matter which room, the location of the fireplace and the like are exactly the same. Even where the art is located is the same as my room is currently under renovation. We worked hard to make Manny's room to look like the ambassador's office.
You mean for your handshake photo up with the Yami Ninja?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, what's a photo like that worth if it's not taken in the ambassador's office, right?
Yet another odd expression of Val's obsessedly competitive spirit with Alevast, I take it. Thank you, Ambassador. That piece of information is all I need to connect the dots.
Is it though?
Connect what dots? Well, anyway, I'm glad I was able to be of some help.
I mean, as I theorized before, I bet the fireplace are connected. So I guess that bilateral symmetry, it's related to the fireplace connection. Let's try this.
The Alebastian and Bavali sides of the building are symmetrical to each other.
Oh, by the way, Bodoka, depending on how things go tomorrow, the scheduling for the games may change a little bit, but you said we are close to finishing Metal Gear Solid 3, correct? Possibly 2 more streams. Okay. So let's do this. Monday. So yeah, Monday and Wednesday of the coming week will be Metal Gear. Okay? Because tomorrow we have a special stream. And depending on how that one goes, Saturdays and Sundays may be allocated to that new game. And then Fridays would be Attorney Fridays. So if we finish the Metal Gear, we can give Mondays and Wednesdays to Silksong. So I guess that's the best course of action. So we can keep 2 days for Silksong. Gotcha? Nice.
The Alebastian and the Bavali sides of the building are symmetrical to each other. As we know that to be a fact, then this room fireplace may also hide a secret passageway.
A secret passageway?
In Alebas, the fireplace turned out to have a revolving back wall.
A revolving wall? It sounds like something out of a ninja house.
Wow, there was a trick like that built into the fireplace, sir.
What? This embassy holds that kind of secret.
He seems like he knows.
There seems to be a lot about this room that you don't know about, Ambassador.
I guess it's time to pay the bill for letting money do so much work for me. Please, I really want to know about the real money. And what do you know about this room?
What are we waiting for, Mr. Edgeworth? Let's get to the bottom of this.
Agreed, and my first thought is that it is likely the killer used the revolving fireplace.
Oh.
It looks like just another fireplace, though, doesn't it? So, how do you turn it again?
In Alebas, I had to push where the X was, on the far wall of the fireplace.
Oh, I see an X back there, sir. Let's see what happens if I push it.
Hold it!
Ah, you scared me, sir.
There is something about this fireplace that lies in contradiction to the facts.
Huh? But we found an X where you thought there'd be one, right?
We did, but that is not what I'm referring to. Something is missing from this scene.
Wait.
What does this contradiction mean for us?
I mean, it has to be something with this.
All I see in this fireplace is starter good.
Huh? That's odd.
Okay, yeah, so it is this.
It doesn't match with what Mr. Palaeno said earlier.
What is the meaning of this contradiction?
Huh. Let's check. Do we have testimony from Palaeno? So here. Spilled Bavali's ink onto the back wall while burning files in the fireplace. Left ashes there. Okay, I see. But there is no ashes. There is only starter good. That means that he was lying? Okay, let me save. Saving is very healthy. And let me go into the deduce mode.
Is this spot somehow connected to any of the evidence I hold?
Yes. Here.
Eureka!
There we go.
Ambassador Paleno, you said that you burned some old files in this fireplace today, correct?
Yes, I burned quite a few files this morning, actually.
And after you did, you forgot to clean out the ashes from the fireplace, correct?
That's right, but why are you asking? Why are you making such a scary face?
I'm sorry, I admit I'm a bit intimidating when I'm serious. In any case, take a good look at this fireplace and tell me what you find out about it.
Let's see. Where did all the ashes go?
Oh.
What is the meaning of this, Mr. Edgeworth?
Wait a second. I know where they went. To the other fireplace. The other fireplace had ashes in it. Right?
I'm pretty sure the other one did.
You don't really think that Ambassador Paleno is lying, do you?
No, there is no reason for him to lie. And I don't believe his testimony is wrong either. It is the fireplace that is causing the contradiction. Guy, I wonder if you might update the fireplace data for me.
You got it. I'll add the ashes from the burned files and...
Ah, flashbang.
Sounds like we've pretty much figured everything out now, huh?
Well, it was nothing. All I did was follow where the leads led us.
Oh, I sense it coming on. You're about to dazzle us again, right?
Oh, you mean that? Well, it is what Mr. Edgeworth is known for, you know?
There is really no need for you two to dance around the name of what I'm about to do.
What? I think I need to go logic in here. So let's go logic in. Yes. Oh no. I need to go logic in. Q. Okay. So I think could it be Sheena got here before Gumshoe did, and she was on the room next door. How did she get in without passing through Gumshoe? Or without being seen by Gumshoe? Because Gumshoe didn't see her going into the room. So maybe she knew about the secret door? That could be it. That makes sense. I mean, I think missing ashes and revolving door have to connect. These two have to connect.
There is a reason as to why the ashes are missing. The reason as to why the ashes are missing is simple.
It is not because someone cleaned them up, right?
No, it's because even if someone did sweep them, the fireplace is too clean for that. Ambassador Palaeno said that he spilled some Bavali's ink while he was burning the files, and yet there is not a trace of the spilled ink on the back wall anywhere.
Well then, I don't know what happened.
Well, I tell you what happened. The two sides were switched. By using the revolving fireplace wall, the ashes were moved into the neighboring room. Which means that this is a clear indication that the fireplace was used.
Huh?
Then you mean that the person I was chasing disappeared from this room through there?
I love this game. It is pretty fun. I'm liking it a lot.
Yeah, I believe the person you were in pursuit of is Mr. Cohen's killer. And after committing the murder, escaped through the fireplace.
Whoa, Mr. Edgeworth, you figured out the killer's escape route.
I have, but this is only the beginning. Now we have to chase the killer down.
No way. Are we about to accuse Sheena of being the killer? Because Gumshoe saw her coming out of the room next door. Oh lordy lord. I'm about to... I have to try this. I have to.
If the killer used a fireplace in this room to escape into the next, then it's only logical for us to talk with the person who was in the neighboring room.
Well, the person that was in the next room was... Oh! It was that person, sir.
Yes, Detective Agent Sheena.
No way. We are going to send Sheena to jail?
It's looking more and more like Miss Sheena is the killer, isn't it?
Let's not jump to conclusions yet. We need to go through what we know so far. She came running straight into this room from the next one and instantly accused you. Furthermore, she claimed that it had only been you that killed Mr. Cohen. I don't have any proof yet, however, I know she's hiding something from us.
Okay then, why don't we go ask Miss Sheena herself?
Hold it!
Not yet, there is something important that needs to be done. First, Detective Gumshoe.
Sir, it is my turn to do something, Mr. Edgeworth.
Yes, I have a two-part special assignment for you. First, I need you to run a handwriting analysis on the Mask 2 node.
Oh, okay, I'll get the left voice on that right away.
Second, I want you to see if you can fit through the revolving fireplace wall.
Right now, sir?
No, the next decade. Of course now. We need to test our hypothesis first, don't we?
Go, Gummy, you can do it!
Alright, I'm gonna do this like a real man. Here you go, through the fireplace and back.
You shouldn't need to psych yourself up that much for such a simple task, Detective. Whoa, the wall inside the fireplace did really turn.
That's so neat! I wanna try going through there too!
There really is a secret passageway through there. I had no idea.
It would appear that the ash was really pushed into the other room.
Yeah! And there is the spill!
Furthermore, the Babalis ink you spilled, Ambassador, is there on the back wall.
Okay, here I go, sir.
Hold it!
Detective, I like you too. Go through there under the same conditions as the killer.
But there is all that ash and stuff.
And your point is, now we're short on time, so if you could please hurry through.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now we pretty much have the whole picture, right?
No, not yet. There remains a few mysteries to solve. Such as the Yatagarasu's whereabouts, the other smuggling ring members, the two weapons that made it across the border, the key Miss Yu stole 7 years ago. In fact, we haven't figured out a thing regarding Miss Yu, how Miss Yu is related to these embassies.
Mr. Edgeworth?
A number of pieces connect in a very complicated way in this case. It's almost enough to make one completely mentally exhausted.
What are you saying, Mr. Edgeworth? I thought you were the one who said that it's easy if you follow the leads.
That's supposed to be an impression of me, Kai.
If it's info gathering you need, Gummy and I can help with that. Then, all you have to do is show your fancy schemancy logical deductions.
Show off. Does it seem like I'm being boastful when I do that?
Let's not overcomplicate matters, okay? Okay, Mr. Edgeworth? We've been so focused like a laser on only what seems strange and out of place. It is no wonder nothing's clicked and we haven't unlocked anything yet. But if we think things through calmly, the answer should come to us.
Kai, this is the first smart thing I hear you say.
That's the sort of my dyslexia. I'm sorry, guys. That's the sort of thing I say to myself when I'm practicing how to unlock padlocks, you know?
That is something that I hope practice doesn't make perfect for your sake.
Ha! Yay! It looks like you're back to your own straight-laced self again.
Okay, Mr. Edgeworth, I'm back, sir.
I can see that. Good work, detective.
Looks like you can use that fireplace like a door, sir.
Are you alright, Gummy?
I'm okay, it's just a bit of ash and dust, that's all.
Your jacket has gotten quite filthy. I see the hem has practically turned black.
Yeah, well, quite a bit of the burnt ink got on it, sir.
I see. Thank you, detective. You did a fine job. I'll even pay the cleaning bill for the trench coat.
What? Oh no, sir, I could never. This is just my old coat, sir. If it was a coat I actually care about, then I get it cleaned, but you know.
I see. Very well then, as you wish.
So, because Gummy was able to climb through the fireplace, we know that it can be used, right?
Yeah, but that's not all we learned, actually. We learned one other important fact.
And that is?
I will have to explain it to you later. Right now, we need to deal with the handwriting analysis, Detective Gumshoe.
Yes, sir, I'll be back before you know it.
The handwriting analysis on Mr. Cohen's handwriting will take a bit of time. Let's go and wait in the Theatrum Neutralis along with Agent Lang and Agent China. Oh, to be continued. Ooh. Interesting. So, I mean, Sheena's dress is black, so it can hide a little bit of the filth, I guess. March 14, 11:33 p.m. Theatrum Neutralis, lobby. There she is. Agent Lang. Lang seizes. Little cops never do. Never do. They know the real fury of the Elder Wolves. Those glasses are so weird. These quotes are definitely becoming increasingly difficult to decipher. And what does that mean? It means that you'll never really know how angry I can get. Oh my god, he's so cool. He's cool, yeah. Mr. Prosecutor, the counterfeit bills made with Babalis ink, they were all of Zeng Fa denominations. Oh. Yeah, and so we heard from Miss Von Karma. But we don't know where the play money has gone. They must have... They must have not figured out that it was all burned yet. Ever since those things show up in circulation, my country economy has taken a big hit. Zeng Fa is in financial chaos as we speak. Because we can't tell the difference between our own bills and the fakes. But it's not just the money. The citizens are also worried. I've staked the honor of the House of Lang on this. And we have to come to this land to capture the mastermind behind the whole mess. I investigated how the bills were made, and how the ink was smuggled into Zeng Fa. And I pursued the smuggling ring all the way here. But tonight, this is where the final chapter was written. Despite my frantic efforts to chase the smuggler down, someone got him first. And now, I'm called to return home without a single answer. Agent Lang, I love you. What? Don't start, it's not your fault. Also, Shin is watching. It is anyone's fault, Mr. Prosecutor. Ambassador Alba, I'm sorry for all the trouble tonight.
Oh no, it is I who should apologize. It was all because I was not strong enough. If only I was able to think of a better solution. Quercius, fool! Curse your empty brain.
You're being too hard on yourself, Ambassador. I take full responsibility for tonight. End of the story. What is that weird... Oh, okay, he's just moving his fingers. China, let's go. Time to return to our den.
Yes. I don't like to admit it. But there is no much else for us to do but to go home as well.
Agent Lang, a moment please.
You, Wolfman, and the secretary lady, hold it! Objection, pal!
Detective Gumshoe, have you gotten the results of the handwriting analysis already?
Yup, and that note was definitely written by Mr. Cohen, sir.
Just as I thought. Good work, detective.
Huh?
Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, how long do you intend to hold us up for? Sorry to have made you wait, but I believe that now everyone is finally here. Agent China, I'd like to ask you something, if you don't mind.
Yes.
How exactly did you fail to see the Yatagarasu? When you were in the neighboring room to where Mr. Cohen was killed? I'd like you to explain that to us.
What? Hey, Mr. Prosecutor. What are you doing asking her about something she didn't see?
Agent Lang hasn't touched the Babal investigation at all, so I suppose I will need to explain a few things to him first.
Miles Edgeworth, I can't even begin to imagine what's going on in that head of yours.
It's all you, baby.
What?
The only thing going on in my head is the pursuit of the truth.
Oh, it sounds like you have some sort of plan. Very well, I supervise you until the end.
Is she seriously going to treat me as her subordinate for the rest of the day?
You're not trying to pick a fight with my subordinate on some flimsy guess, are you?
I'm not trying to pick a fight. And the evidence is hardly flimsy, as you will see.
Oh. Ha! I should have known that you and I are destined to fight to the very end. Uh-oh. So, we are really having to accuse her, huh?
It would appear that way.
They act like a cute couple, but they are not cute.
Well, I'll prove her innocence, so let's see what you've got, Prosecutor Edgeworth. With pleasure. For my opening argument, I'll discuss the Yatagarasu that appeared in Babal, and establish exactly who it was that Kai saw.
Oh, interesting.
Agent Lang, I assume you've been briefed on Kai's testimony.
You mean the suspicious person in a coat that she saw?
That's right. That person is one of the keys to solving this case. That person who pretended to be the Yatagarasu.
Pretended? And what do you mean by that?
I'll get to that in a second, but first, I want you to review what Kai's mystery person did. Kai, if you could please explain for us what the person you were chasing did.
Okay, you got it. I first spotted the suspicious person near the open air stage on the Babali side. I called out to the person, but as soon as I did, that person ran off. I thought it was rather suspicious, so I immediately gave chase.
For the sake of argument, let's call this suspicious person the Yatagarasu. Now please, tell us what happened when you chased the Yatagarasu up to the 3rd floor.
Can do. I chased the Yatagarasu all the way up to the 3rd floor of the Babali's embassy. It was a pretty straight chase down the hallway until the sudden turn. The Yatagarasu disappeared around the corner, so I did my best to catch up. When I turned the corner, I saw the Yatagarasu run into Mr. Cohen's office. I gave chase and ran into the room. But when I entered the room, it was pitch black and I couldn't see a thing. I felt something on the ground next to my foot, so I turned the lights on and then...
Dun dun dun!
Ah! Who's there? By the time I had turned on the lights, the Yatagarasu had disappeared.
When Kai entered the room, the person she was chasing was already gone. Why do you suppose that was Agent Lang? What do you mean? Why do you suppose? Isn't it obvious? The person did slip through the door behind the girl under the cover of darkness.
Objection!
Sorry, but I know for a fact that the person didn't escape through the door. Oh? And how do you know that with such certainty? That's easy. If the Yatagarasu had left through that door, they would have run straight into this person.
Wait. Sheena. Yeah, they would have they would have bumped straight into Sheena because Sheena ran immediately after, in theory. So how could Sheena not see the Yatagarasu? Because, you know, like, if the Yatagarasu escaped through the door, Sheena would have encountered the Yatagarasu.
Take that!
Your answer is Sheena? Yeah, because let's consider what would have happened if the Yatagarasu had used the door. When Kai screamed upon discovering Mr. Cohen's body, the Yatagarasu would have run into Agent Sheena, who was in the room next over. Agent Sheena, would you mind telling us if you saw the suspicious person in question?
No, I didn't see anyone.
You see, therefore the Yatagarasu would have not escaped through the door. It just means that the creep slipped out before Sheena made it into the hallway.
Objection!
I doubt that, as there was another person in the hallway, a certain detective. Detective Gumshoe. Where were you exactly at that time?
Me, sir, when I heard Kai scream. I ran in towards Cohen's office from the opposite direction of Agent Sheena, sir.
Agent Lang, can you explain how someone could have eluded both of them? Even you must concede that under these circumstances, the door was not a viable route.
Way to go, Mr. Edgeworth, you nailed him, with just an explanation of what happened.
Yeah, I've eliminated one of the possible escape routes from that room. But this is far from over. I need to make Agent Lang aware as well of yet another possible escape route the Yatagarasu could have taken.
He's laughing at us.
I get it. So what you were trying to show me? So that's what you were trying to show me. Mr. Prosecutor, let me guess, this is what you're trying to say, right? Because the door was not a viable escape route, then there must have been another way out. Precisely.
Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, it's time to bust out with our revolving fireplace wall explanation, right?
No, not quite yet.
Huh? But why? I thought this would be the perfect time.
The revolving wall on the Vavali's side, I know, is known only to 4 people. If we use this information wisely, the truth may escape us in the end.
What is all that whispering over there, scared? I'll figure out your tactics.
Nothing of the sort, Agent Lang. Come, let's continue where we left off.
1 second. I needed some water.
That smug, haughty attitude of yours. You really rubbed me the wrong way, you know that. Well, no matter. I figured out already anyway. The only other possible escape route besides the door is the room's long window. And since an eerie picture of said escape route exists, are you saying that this photo captures the moment of the Yatagarasu escape? I guess Detective Bad must have filled him on this photo. I have to admit that at first I thought the window to be a possible escape route as well. However, I don't know. I now know that to be impossible. Now I realize you may not know this, but humans can't fly. Of course I know that. That's bloody common sense. Besides, I never said I thought that photo to be the Yatagarasu's escape route. I suppose not. Alright then, explain yourself. The shadow in this photo is not the Yatagarasu that Kei was chasing after. You can say whatever you like in whatever language you want. But there is only one language I really understand, the language of evidence. Very well then. I present you proof that the person Kei saw is not the same as the one in this picture.
That could just be a gust of smoke, I guess. Could it be? It could be just smoke. A remnant of the smoke. Oh wait, but you know what? The description of this photo says, photo taken after the first fire on the fourth and fifth floor had taken place. Kai was giving chase during the fires. So if this was taken after... No, actually, was Kai before the fires? Well, the point I'm trying to get is that the timeline of this photo and Kai's chase do not align. This photo is post-chase, so it couldn't be the escape route. Let's try this.
Let me explain to you precisely why the shadow in this photo is not the Yatagarasu Kai saw. Kai spotted the Yatagarasu heading for the third floor during the second fire.
Oh, okay.
However, this photo in question was taken just after the first fire.
No!
Way to go! That's twice you beat him. In the butt now.
I don't think we're doing any biting in the butt. Maybe kick.
We're not done yet, you still have to explain what the shadow is. And how the Yatagarasu escape. I don't suppose you can answer both, can you? Regarding the photo, I admit that we don't understand what it means quite yet.
Ha! As I thought.
However, the Yatagarasu escape route, now that I can answer. You can. Well then, Mr. Prosecutor, go on, enlighten me.
Hold it!
Even if I explain it to you, you'll try to find some flaw with what I have to say. You were busy heading up to the Alabastian investigation. Heading up the Alabastian investigation, correct? In that case, I doubt you have much knowledge about the Babalis side of the case. So it wouldn't be best if the lead on that side, Agent Sheena, explained in my stead?
Sheena is my subordinate. If I don't stick up for her, how can I look her in the eye and call myself her boss?
Lang, it's alright. I can take care of him.
Sheena.
You've shielded me a lot as my boss. But it's time for me to prove my worth.
Ooh, that smile is very devious. Scary. Alright, if you're okay with it, then you have my support.
Finally, it's down to Agent Sheena and myself. This is where the battle really begins.
Now then, if it is you'd like to ask, what is it that you like to ask?
Let's see. Why don't we start with your movements inside the Babalis embassy?
Guys, be right back. I really need to go to the bathroom. 2 minutes, be right back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, guys. Okay. It also gave me some time to rest my throat a little bit. The Edgeworth boys always puts a lot of strain on my throat. Edgeworth is a fascinating character, by the way. I really feel like Edgeworth is a very fascinating character. His character development from the first game in the Phoenix Wright series to now has been pretty impressive. I really like Edgeworth as a character. Like, he went from being an asshole and willing to cheat and be a terrible person to becoming a person that actually cares for the truth and for justice. He's still a little bit of an asshole, but now he's right to be an asshole when he is.
Why don't we start with your movements inside the Babalis embassy? Sheena's movements.
During the first Babalis fire, I assisted in putting it out. During the second fire, I was searching for the Yatagarasu that had appeared in Babal. When I was searching, I heard a scream coming from the next room over. Although I was in the next room, I was unable to catch a glimpse of the Yatagarasu. To be honest, I'm actually very skeptical that the girls Yatagarasus even exist.
So she's trying to pin it again on Kai. Ah man, it's looking like she's the true murderer.
And that's all I have to say. But I'm not lying. When I say I saw the suspicious person run into Mr. Cohen's office, like I said earlier, I have no intention of retracting my testimony. Good.
Man, she's evil.
Just to confirm, did you have a partner when you were on your investigation?
No, I moved alone.
In that case, you have no one to corroborate your alibi. Is that correct?
Are you calling her suspicious because she was in a room by herself? How pathetic.
And it wasn't when Agent Sheena tried to arrest Kai under the same rationale?
Ha! Take that.
And how about when you accused Larry because he was the weapon's owner?
Not that it's unexpected for the useless lamb to get into such situation. Although I suppose it is never a good idea to let mistakes go uncorrected.
I will make no excuse. I will make no excuse for what I did in that situation. Then you should apologize right now for making Kai to be out the killer, pal. I'm sorry. Sheena, apologize.
I'm sorry. It is really okay. I mean, I'm not under suspicion anymore. Right, Mr. Edgeworth?
Well, I never doubted you. Not for a second.
And the same goes for me. I believe in Sheena.
Then let's put that to the test and see if she's really worthy of your trust.
This promises to be interesting.
Man, I don't want to send such a beautiful lady to jail. Doesn't feel fair, man. Okay, so let's save, because saving is healthy. Let's see. Well, I'm gonna start pressing.
Hold it!
Let's see what happens.
So you helped with the fire extinguishing efforts.
I was in charge of the police of the Favalis side, so I helped them with their work.
Police doing the job of firemen. You really know how to work people.
She sure does.
That's what she does every night. That's because she's one awesome woman who knows how to manage.
I guess so. She always bringing you a business card or a scroll at the right time. To prepare everything before I'm ordered to. That is the definition of a secretary.
Man, she has that evil smile. She kinda seems more capable than Agent Lang, doesn't she?
At the very least, she's certainly more capable than you, Detective.
Ugh. I kinda had a feeling you were going to say that.
Gina's more than just capable, as a capable secretary, you know.
Gina, tell him what other things you're good at.
I'm good at pole dancing, cooking, and other things. Alright.
Okay.
Hold it!
By the second fire, you mean the one that consumed the third floor of the ball, correct?
Yes, that was when the suspicious person was spotted in Babal. Then you were after the same person in the long coat that I was after. There is no proof that the suspicious person was really the Yatagrasu, because no one was able to get a good look at the person's face.
By the way, how was your team's investigation?
In order to extinguish the fire, water was pumped into the third floor via the window. So the majority of the investigators conducted their searches on the other floors.
Maybe they did, but there was one person who was wandering around, lost on the third floor.
When the fire was pretty much out, I moved to investigate the third floor.
And you did that alone?
Yes.
Huh.
Hold it!
So you were in the room next to Mr. Cohen's office.
I already told you. I was earlier. And I was examining the neighboring room. I heard that girl shrill scream. Upon hearing her, I immediately ran towards Mr. Cohen's office.
Wherein you proceeded to arrest her, as I recall.
Yes, I did.
But she was totally innocent, pal. I thought we had that already cleared up.
And I thought I had already apologized for my behavior. Now, if the tenacious detective could be so kind as to be quiet.
I have to agree, right now, is this not the time to take issue with that?
Not you too, Mr. Edgeworth.
But what I do take issue is with the fact that you didn't see the Yatagrasu, Agent China.
The prosecutors of this country are all so strange.
Hold it!
You were unable to catch even a glimpse despite being in the room next. In the next room. Is that true?
I really hate to repeat myself.
I'm sorry for inconveniencing you. However, I simply wish to make sure that you are not misremembering something. We wouldn't want you to be accused of lying later on, would we?
Hey, Mr. Prosecutor. Are you calling Shina's testimony a lie?
Agent Lang, I'm talking to with Agent Shina right now. So I appreciate if you wouldn't interrupt us with your superfluous comments.
Ah, you know, I feel kinda bad for him.
Why? He's an asshole.
I understand his pain. I understand his pain at watching one of his subordinates being accused. However, I cannot turn my eyes from the truth.
Lang, am I right? As for you, I think you should be focusing on your doubts on that girl rather than me.
And why is that?
To be honest, I'm actually very skeptical that...
Okay. So I'm thinking that here I'm gonna save because here I want to present.
Hold it!
You were unable to catch even a glimpse, despite being in the room next... That is...
Wait, did I... Ah, wait, I pressed the wrong button. Sorry. Wrong button. Okay, so here I want to present. I think this is the moment for me to present this. I think this is the moment. Because I think this solidifies a little bit the theory that she... Like, the fact that she couldn't see the Yatagarasu is because the suspicious person that was being chased was herself. And I think that using this is the way to say, like, you just did a U-turn. But also, Edgeworth said, like, I will save that for later, and I think this is the later moment.
Objection!
Being in the room next to Mr. Cohen's office is the problem with your testimony.
Knuckle back!
Mr. Prosecutor, I don't see what problem you're talking about at all. Agent Lang, do you recall the secret we discovered about the Alevastian office fireplace? Oh, you mean it connects to the office with the room next door? What about it? Well, Alevast isn't the only country with the secret connecting fireplaces. What? The fireplace in Mr. Cohen's office holds the exact same secret. What? The Yatagarasu didn't escape through the door or the window. The escape route was through the revolving fireplace wall and into the next room. Now do you see? If the Yatagarasu had escaped into the next room, then the thief could have run straight into Agent Shina, meaning that it's impossible for her to have missed the Yatagarasu.
Aya!
What is the meaning of this, Miles?
Well, would you care to explain, Agent Shina? How do you manage to completely miss the fleeing Yatagarasu, or shall I?
Oh!
Your claim that you were in the next room was a lie all along, wasn't it? The truth is that you were the one Kai saw in the code, pretending to be the Yatagarasu, and you were the one she chased after.
Oh?
As you tried to lose her, you ran into Mr. Cohen's office and headed for the fireplace. Then, you shed your coat in the next room, leaving it there to merge as Agent Shina. After that, you came back around to place Kai under arrest. Does that sound about right? If not, then speak now or forever hold your peace.
Oh. How dare you make Kai look like a bad guy when you are the suspicious one, pal? Oh, he's standing on my side now? What?
Shina.
Well...
That's Callisto Duo?
That laugh. That is Callisto, you. What? I remember this irritating laugh.
I'm getting chilled down my spine.
It can be, but it has to be.
Sheena, what's wrong with you?
Phew, I'm sorry. It was so funny that I couldn't help but to laugh.
Funny, you say?
That you would accuse me of being the Yatagarasi. The persecutor of this country really are. All so very strange. Do you think you can get away with this by simply laughing it off? Phew. You think I'm taking things too lightly? I think not. It's that persecutor who is.
She's gonna shoot us.
Look, everything you said earlier is nothing more than mere speculation. The Yatagarasi fled through the fireplace. Do you have any proof to back your claim up? If you don't, then you haven't proven a thing regarding the Yatagarasi escape route.
Oh, the tone of your voice. You're talking with me now. Has certainly changed.
Oh, a bodyguard? Kinda.
That's because it's been a while since I had this much fun. I think I'll let loose, and then we can have a real battle of wits.
For an agent of Interpol, to show me the true power of her mind, it is a great honor.
Poof! Don't you underestimate me. I'm not some foolish broad, you know.
I know, and that is why I won't hold anything back either, as I answer your questions.
My questions?
Here is your proof that the revolving door.
The missing ashes. Wait. No, it don't have the missing ashes. Oh, Palaeno. It has to be Palaeno.
Take that!
I'm sorry, but this is really your honest answer to my question?
Yeah, according to Ambassador Palaeno's testimony, he said that he was burning some documents in the fireplace with Mr. Cohen.
Oh?
The ashes of what they burned were left in the fireplace, so they should have been there. However, when we went investigating the room, the ashes weren't there.
And why is that a problem? Maybe someone cleaned them up.
Objection!
Unfortunately for you, Ambassador Palaeno said he forgot to. And so the question remains, why were the ashes missing? The answer is simple. The Yatagarasi went through the fireplace wall. The ashes were pushed into the next room by the wall as well. The movement of the ashes during Cohen's office is my proof.
Okay, so when does she remove the wig and show us her identity as Callisto?
And what is so funny?
We know this is not the real Agent Sheena, this is Callisto.
Ashes proof. Are you even allowed to submit such flaky evidence in court? You still wish to fight us? Of course, why wouldn't I?
In that case, let's hear your counter-argument.
Poof! My counter-argument, huh? This is really just like being in court.
Well, to me, we are simply continuing from where we left off, all those years ago.
Poof! I have no idea what you're talking about.
It doesn't matter. If we're at a crime scene or in court, let's finish this here and now.
I suppose I had a lot of fun today, but I grow weary of this game of cat and mouse.
Give me some of that.
Let's make this the last testimony and wrap up this absurd case once and for all.
Sheena's rebuttal.
In my eyes,
all you provided is the rotating fireplace was used.
Yeah?
But you can't really call that proof of the Yatagrasu's fireplace. That the Yatagrasu used the fireplace, can you? Now, can you? So then, who was it that used the rotating one? Show me your answer with real evidence. Remember, we already finished our very thorough investigation. And we found not a single suspicious thing in Mr. Kake's office.
Huh. I mean, there were two suspicious things, the counterfeit bills and the wire. So I think it's... that is going to be important.
Poof! And there you have it, my counter-argument.
Yeah. That's very impressive. She has seen through the fact that I have yet to gather that one piece of evidence.
What is it, Kai? I haven't heard a peep out of you in quite a while now.
If you don't think you can handle it, feel free to leave the rest to us. But
Kai, pull yourself together. You are the true heir of the Yatagrasu's name, are you not?
Aww. That's kind of cute from Edgeworth. Like finally giving her some encouraging words.
If you want to steal the truth, then you must never take your eyes out of it. This chase you're running to catch the truth, you must see through to the very end.
Mr. Edgeworth, you're right, I will see this through to the end. So, you gotta get here for me, Mr. Edgeworth.
With pleasure.
Looks like a lack of evidence has left you wide open, doesn't it?
Sheena, please, show me. You're someone I can Sheena, please show me you're someone I can trust.
Don't worry. This will be the deciding match, you'll see.
I'm truly sorry, Agent Lang, but I simply cannot allow her to escape me again. Very well then, Agent Sheena, shall we begin?
I'm ready whenever you are.
Sheena's rebuttal. Okay, so let's save, because saving is healthy. And let's start pressing.
Hold it!
It sounds to me like you're saying my explanation is not good enough.
But I was able to go through the revolving door myself. So that should be proof enough. Even for you, Bal.
It looks like you don't quite understand. But by your looks, I can guess that you're not all that learned. That's so mean.
Youch! Talk about rude. You should what you say, pal. Watch what you say, pal.
I can disagree with her on that one.
But you know what I mean, right? You may have proven that the fireplace was used. But can you really prove that was the Yatagrasu that used the fireplace, can you now?
Hold it!
So you want proof that the Yatagrasu was the one who used the fireplace?
That's right, well, do you have any? Can you prove that it wasn't? Can you prove that it wasn't the Yatagrasu who used the fireplace? I don't need to prove anything to you. Oh, objection!
Hold it!
Kai, if you could please not steal my line.
Sorry, I just couldn't hold it in anymore.
Well, don't fret and leave her to me. All you have to do is sit back and watch.
You may seem to have some wiggle room, but without any evidence, it's meaningless.
So then, let's...
Hold it!
Aha.
It is possible that the Yatagrasu left fingerprints inside the fireplace.
Sorry, but I had the forensics team check. I had the forensics team check that already. All they found were prints belonging to Ambassador Palaina and Mr. Cohen.
Curses! I should have known better than to think the Yatagrasu would have been so careless. But there must be some evidence that we still have yet to find.
I take it you have no further objections? Okay, you know what? I have to risk it. I think I have to present the wire here. Because if there is one thing that is super suspicious about everything, is the wire. Like, what was this wire doing inside the clock? Like, come on. It doesn't sit right with me.
Objection!
Well, you say that you and your agents have finished. Well, you say that you and your agents have finished a thorough investigation. Are you absolutely certain that you didn't overlook anything?
Well, aren't we full of ourselves standing there insulting Interpol agents?
You'd better not be insinuating my men are incompetent, Mr. Prosecutor. I'd never do that. However, it doesn't change the fact that they did overlook something. I'd like for you to take a look at this length of wire.
And what exactly is that supposed to mean? She's sweating bullets, guys, we got her.
A length of wire?
So what about it?
I'll tell you what. We found this in the Babalis embassy not so long ago.
What?
And we found it Gundahab inside the large grandfather clock in Mr. Cohen's office.
You found that at the scene of Mr. Cohen's murder?
But this wire wasn't all we found. We found one other very important thing.
There's more.
In Mr. Cohen's office, there were signs that someone had burned counterfeit bills.
What in the... Aya!
That evidence was something found out through that girl's machine, right?
So what if it was? Ah, that's what I thought.
But unfortunately, for you, a recreation made by a machine is hardly concrete proof. Among the ashes you found in the room, did you happen to find any counterfeit bills?
No.
You see, so there was nothing in that office, nothing that you can call evidence anyway.
Objection!
I'm sorry, but I seem to have given you the wrong impression.
How so?
I don't recall saying that I was presenting evidence of any sort, but rather I was pointing that your investigation was incomplete, and that this throws doubts on the purity of your investigation into the Yatagrasu.
You still suspect me? I see. Alright then. I ask you to point out what part of my investigation is incomplete.
The Interpol agents work under the command of Shina. And is it not possible the reason the person Kai was chasing chose the third floor? Was because that person knew there would be no other agents on that floor. Furthermore, we've come to see that Agent Shina was only pretending to be investigating the Yatagarasu to the point of arresting Kai.
Is the room that she was in? They never investigated that room. We never investigated that room.
In that case, there is one location that has yet to be inspected. Your team investigation was incomplete because they failed to inspect this location.
It has to be Shina's location. It has to.
Take that!
The location Agent Shina is, of course, the location Agent Shina is, of course, the room you claim to have examined. I believe the room next to Mr. Cohen's office warrants a thorough inspection.
Even if you do that, I doubt you'll find anything of use to you there.
I will be the one to decide that. Detective Gamshu?
Yes, sir. I'm on it. I'll be right back after I check out the room next to the office. Oh la la. She's showing some back there, huh?
Hey, Mr. Edgeworth! Do you really think that Miss China is the Yatagarasu?
Yeah, if my logic is sound, I believe she is.
Then I'm not going to let her get away with running the name of the Yatagarasu. But can you prove that she's the Yatagarasu is the question.
If Detective Gamshu can find what I'm hoping he will find, then he should be able to.
And what are you hoping he'll find?
Let's say this. I had Detective Gamshu do a little experiment for me earlier.
An experiment? As if that detective has the brains for high science.
It wasn't that mentally taxing, and I had him use the escape route as the Yatagarasu.
And what did you find out by doing that?
First, that it's possible for a person to fit through the revolving wall door. Second, that by going through there, his code was covered in ash and Davali's ink.
Who cares what his code was covered in? It is not worth that much anyway.
But is it really worth so little? I believe that is actually quite a meaningful result, the value of which I'm about to prove.
Mr. Edgeworth, I feel some things you really need to see, sir.
Oh, so are these things? What are these things you found?
Some makeup, a coat, and a pair of shoes, sir.
You found a coat? You hear that, Mr. Edgeworth? Maybe it's the one the person I was chasing was wearing.
Yes, the possibility does exist. Agent Shina? Were those pieces of evidence not in that room when you examined it?
Pfft, unfortunately for you, those aren't suspicious items of any sort. They all belong to me. They were getting in the way, so I stored them in that room.
Ah.
Thank you for bringing them to me. It saves me the trip. May I have them back now?
Hold it!
No. These items that the detective brought back are incredibly significant. I request that we be allowed to examine them.
They are my personal belongings, so you have no right to touch them without my permission.
Objection!
I wish to examine them for the sake of the investigation, but if you wish to deny us access to them, Agent Lang, let's hear your opinion on this. I say let them look at your stuff, Shina.
Lang?
Shina, let's put it all out in the open. If you're really innocent, then you have nothing to worry about, right?
I guess so. Alright, go ahead and examine whatever you'd like. After all, I have nothing to hide.
Good. Now let's begin.
So which of Agent China belongings are we going to examine first?
Obviously the coat. It has to be the coat. It has to be.
Let's examine the code.
Yes, sir.
It appears that you managed to stain your code rather badly. Agent China. The Yatagarasu that Kei saw was wearing a coat. I'm beginning to wonder if this stain was created when you went through the fireplace.
No, you have it wrong. Has to be. That suit probably got on my coat when I was helping the police put out the fire.
And what about this dagger substance around the hem of the coat?
Has to be indeed. We're gonna slap her right in the ass and take her to jail. Oh, I didn't realize that the hem was that dirty. I'm sure it was just some water mixed with soot from when I was helping with the fire.
I don't think so. You think you can get away with such a transparent lie?
Yeah, don't like to ask, pal. This is the same pattern of dirt that I got on my coat when I went through the fireplace. Your words ring hollow in the absence of evidence, you know. So unless you can prove the dirt on my coat is from the fireplace.
Which I can.
How?
You did a great job, Detective Gamshu.
Sir, what did I do?
This code is exactly the piece of evidence I was searching for. I had been hoping to find the code that the person Kai saw was wearing. And thanks to you, we proved that going through the fireplace would sully the code.
I don't quite get what you're saying, but I'm happy for the praise, sir.
All that remains is for us to show what the dark substance on the code hem is.
Oh, and what do you think? Oh, and do you think you can do that?
Of course I can. This is the dark substance that sullied the hem of this code.
It's the Babalis ink.
Take that!
Babalis ink?
Yeah, this is what will prove that the code went through that fireplace. According to the Ambassador Palaeno, he burned some files in the fireplace this morning.
You told us about already, so I don't see the point of mentioning that again.
My point is that he spilled some ink onto the back wall of the fireplace at that time. If the dark substance on this code turns out to be Pavlis ink, it would prove that you and this code went through that revolving fireplace wall. Sorry to have clipped one of your wings, Yatagarasu, but we are not finished yet.
But you know what's finished? Today's stream. I'm sorry guys to leave you on a cliffhanger, but it's 6 PM and this is the time I end my streams. So, thanks everyone for watching. I hope you had as much fun as I did. And I'll see you all next time. Have a good rest of your day or night. Bye bye.